Just about everyone knows ICP, the Juggalos, the ocean of Fago at every concert, and just about everyone knows at least one person from high school or junior high that lived by the Insane Clown Posse who was convinced they were going to run away to join the Dark Carnival. I at least hope everyone understood all the lingo I just said, or else I must have sounded insane for the last few seconds. For decades, Insane Clown Posse has been treated as bottom of the barrel in the music world. I'm not gonna say it's completely undeserving, but the more I look at Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope, and look how much ICP has accomplished as well as what they've been up to the last 10 years, it leads me to ask a seemingly confusing question. Should we give more respect to Insane Clown Posse? Many people don't know how long the clowns have been around, going back to 1989. Along with that, they had an explosion in success in the late 90s, earning platinum albums. Yeah, ICP have gone platinum with 2 separate releases, with other gold albums on top of that. Some of my favorite bands have never even gone gold. Meanwhile, the hip-hop horrorcore circus singing about filth has gone platinum. More than once. That's how it works, especially for younger, edgy audiences. Let's be honest, ICP was mostly successful in the late 90s due to angsty teenagers who wanted to rebel through raunchy music instead of, well, actually being rebellious. The music, the writing, the lyrics, the beats, the riffs, it's all under a big umbrella of blue humor and shock value. It rarely, if ever, was made to be a statement of true art. And Juggalos ate it up. The ongoing Joker faces or face cards at Dark Carnivals and The Gathering, it's all a cultural zeitgeist for outcasts, and the Juggalos will support anything from ICP.
Put your middle fingers up in the air and keep them up!
It's gotten to the point, or rather, it's got to the point many years ago, that the music is absolutely secondary. It's the clowns on stage and the Juggalos gathering together to... Okay, I'll get to the Juggalos in a second. Point is, fans love ICP regardless of the music quality.
I went to piss, nothing came out, I shook it.
Do I like the music? No. In fact, there are some ICP songs I think aged as soon as they were released. But ICP never once tried to cash in on fads. If I'm correct, they even made a song or two about bands who tried that. For better or worse, ICP was always just ICP, never trying to be anything else but foul-mouthed Detroit clowns. Also, there is a much worse foul-mouthed Detroit clown, and I assure you I'd rather associate with ICP than the other guy. One reason to respect ICP, however, is that while they have made totally immature and crass music that was quite offensive in the past and offensive now, ICP has apologized for some of it and changed lyrics at live shows trying to move away from it. Think about that long and hard. Insane Clown Posse was even able to acknowledge hurtful terms and can move on. ICP was able to grow up. That's wild to think about, but it's definitely true. We live in a world where Insane Clown Posse has adapted with the times and tried to keep their clown shenanigans while also understanding real problems. They've also been wild advocates for anti-racism and calling out racists and the Confederate flag wavers in the 21st century. It's wild how ICP is doing a better job against racism than the United States government right now, who just invites it. No real joke there, just a terribly accurate observation. Another reason we should start respecting Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope, I still can't believe those are their names, but they are, it's that ICP has done a massive amount of charity work over the years. I'm not even sure it can be well tracked and calculated how many charity drives and separate donations have been raised over 30 years from ICP concerts and promotions. I dare say, they set a great example. A great example in charity work and caring. Not many other things, but yes, they set an example of charity. It's hard to describe it, but it's true. From massive Toys for Tots drives to local homeless shelters and even charity drives through their wrestling promotion, I'll get to that in a little bit also, ICP are consistently helping out areas they tour, whether Juggalo associated or not. It's gonna get to the point where city food banks will have a little Hatchet Man logo in the window saying the ICP Samaritans have been there to help in the past.
Fire, air, and dirt, fucking magnets, how do they work?
There was even a time when calls to action were were made with good intentions, although probably not completely legal, where Davey Vanity got exposed for all the terrible, disgusting behavior he performed over the years. It was ICP who tried to put a Juggalo hit out on the guy. Literally. ICP said that if any Juggalos see Davey Vanity, it's on sight and to take him out. They later clarified that Juggalos need to make sure it's him before acting, but yeah, knock him out if it's Davey Vanity. As if that clarification will help with legality, but I still can't help but respect using a deranged, devoted fan base to go after a true predator. I don't know, it's something at least. I mean, every musician should have been calling out cringe on the dance floor for years, but ICP actually did it. Good for them. So with all the standout behavior, maturing, and even philanthropy and charity work from the foul-mouthed Detroit Clowns, the Clowns are still seen as a joke. Part of it will always be because of the over-the-top music, but unfortunately a bigger reason why are the Juggalos.
Call themselves Juggalos, and their popularity is soaring in the East Valley. Gang experts are now tying some of their fans to a growing number of crimes, including a recent deadly stabbing in Tempe.
I don't even know where to start with this because Juggalo culture, the Hatchet Man logo from Psychopath Records, years on the Juggalo gatherings, it's all led to some chaotic evil behavior for people who are proud to be outcasts and whoop whoop, it's strangers. Also, I'm from the Midwest where the massive swell of Juggalos are, meaning you hear enough whoop whoops growing up through high school that you could pull off a whoop whoop at a moment's notice. Now I hear it and don't even think anything. Back then, it was the call of the Jinko-wearing Juggalo in nature. And Juggalos in nature can be terrifying, shameless at times. I've worked events where Juggalos are terrible to people in festivals who are not Juggalos, and to staff, and to others just in general. They're confrontational and trying to get reactions from people who are minding their own business. That's rough. That's what people that peak in high school do, except some Juggalos don't peak in high school either. I was left a comment once saying that Juggalos are all about love and not hate. I have seen and met enough Juggalos in the wild to know that is absolutely not true. Or at least not across the board for every Juggalo. Got to the point where the Hatchet Man logo from Psychopath Records was a mark of the true Juggalo. Much like bikers have tattoos, Juggalos have tattoos to call each other out, but without the intimidation of bikers. It got so bad over the years with Juggalo behavior, however, that the FBI and police departments across the United States noticed a few too many Hatchet Man logos tattooed on people getting arrested. The FBI tried to classify it as a gang sign. As ridiculous as that sounds, it really sucks that some fans can ruin a label logo and a band so badly by trash behavior. ICP worked with none other than the ACLU back in 2014 to challenge and fight the gang designation, which was eventually dismissed, but the stigma is still definitely there. Are Juggalos a gang? No. Are Juggalos a problem? Sometimes. Do Juggalos do good? Sometimes. All those charity drives, those donations are coming from Juggalos. So I mean, they are confrontational in the wild, but also give to the needy. So chaotic neutral?
How long have you been a Juggalette?
I'm a full-time party clown. I've been a Juggalette since 2005.
Perhaps the wildest way Juggalos have started also participating in a positive way while not harassing the public is the world of pro wrestling. ICP have wrestled themselves in the big leagues going back to the 90s, so the group making their own Juggalo Championship Wrestling should not be a surprise to people who know the Clowns or pro wrestling. What's impressive is that it's a legit league now, and it's actually taken as serious as pro wrestling and ICP can be taken. I know that sounds like a joke or I'm setting something up, but I promise that's accurate. The league is getting a strong following even outside of Juggalos and the music, which definitely must have been difficult when you consider the stigma ICP had for backyard wrestling games and the music and the real-life Juggalo brawls. Public service announcement, don't Google Juggalo brawls. It's sad more than funny. Also, Juggalo Championship Wrestling, just like Insane Clown Posse's music, is not family friendly. Don't watch thinking it's for the little ones. And JCW? They also do the big charity drives. They promote music, they do events for different communities in the US. Somehow, ICP is doing more for their fans than 90% of musicians will ever do, and that's weird, but it's true.
25 years of JCW building their brand to be the place to come as an outlaw.
There were a lot of random points at events called out in this video essay about Insane Clown Posse, Juggalo culture, and respect. I have entered a new realm of content. The underlying theme still holds water, however, with many other notable events in the past that ICP have done a lot of good while wearing face paint and being the weirdest soda advertisers ever. Side note, Faygo is solid. Again, I grew up in the Midwest. There was always Faygo in St. Louis grocery stores, and Faygo's good. My dad used to love drinking the root beer Faygo. I just think it's impressive that Faygo doesn't really need to advertise because ICP will do it for them. Soda appreciation aside, we might need to not only respect ICP more, but appreciate what two rowdy crossover clowns have done in their career when they didn't have to. I may never go out of my way to listen to the music, but I admit I can no longer scoff completely at the group. The problem with Juggalo behavior may be ongoing, but the problem is not with the performers on stage. ICP for many is a cathartic outlet for youth, and it's hard for many people to let that go. Hence, you have lifelong Juggalos. That might be a testament to ICP, however. It's not ICP's fault for Juggalo and Juggalette behavior, which I totally think is why ICP don't get more respect than they've had.
They're not like these crazy, unreasonable psychopaths. Obviously, when you talk about any large community, you can find cases of people misbehaving or being shitty, but most of these people are just trying to live a good life and feel supported day by day.
I am also more than aware that this video has potential to be a landing point for many Juggalos who will make vicious arguments about how I'm wrong, about the culture and the gatherings and everything else. My argument is, I know what I've seen and heard in person time and time again, and I'm not the only one. Questions for the comment section. Does ICP deserve more respect? And are the Juggalos the reason ICP is still seen as a joke? I do want to know what everyone thinks about this. For those that watched this entire video, thank you for indulging what is an odd topic for the channel. For those that watch this and have never heard an ICP song, I honestly don't know where to point you in the right direction. Maybe the comment section will help, sorry. Please hit the like button if you've enjoyed this, subscribe to get notified of upcoming videos, and finally, here's some animal footage.
Into the bedroom and saw two little brothers on my side of the bed. Chester and Pearl just lounging around middle of the day. They on my side, not their mom's side. They're trying to get cat hair on my side. Never mind that I actually am allergic and I'm on allergy shots. They don't seem to mind. It's good they're cute. It's good that they're good boys too, or else we'd have a real problem.